Hey everyone, this your boy Money Flip here, back on the grind with another video watch list. I know it's been a while, so I'm gonna try to get these out at least a couple of times a week, especially on the weekends. So just follow the YouTube channel and they'll be there. Sometimes they'll be on watchemtrade.com. Anyway, I'm gonna run through my list kind of quick and keep the video nice, short, and sweet. As for the futures, I'll be looking at NQ tomorrow. Watching for the low of this candle, then the low of this candle, and then this low right here. Those will be my three levels, along with watching volume profile and a few other things on my futures trading platform. So those are the levels I'm watching on NQ. It does look like it wants to, break on down, but you might catch a little support right here at this first level of 47.86. So 47.86, 47.80, and then the next one would be the 47.54. Okay, which is here. So first level, second level, and then this third level here, which is around like 47.14. So I'll be watching those levels tomorrow. Could get a nice little bounce and push on back up. We do have 4 red days, so I'd be looking for us to catch a little support there. SPX. As you can see, I do have some fib lines drawn here with extension targets. So that's the 127. I'm going to blow this up. I like to keep my alerts set. So that's something you may want to look at doing. So I drew it from back up here off of this high. Just to kind of get a good idea. So I'm watching for that level first, whatever that candle low is of 21.19. Yeah, 21.19, and then this will be the next one, which is 21.14. Now, if that breaks, and you can see this is about to cross over, pretty much got a little squeeze here, firing to the downside. I'll kind of draw that back down. And as you can see, where I have my alert set, if we break down below that, you're going to get a nice little push. I'm expecting around that 2100 level. Okay, so if we break this level here, 2114, I'm looking for us to come on down to that nice round even number 2100 or 2096, which would be my 127 extension. All right, the next one, QQQ. Now I do currently have a iron condor spread in on QQQ. As you can see how it kind of runs this range right here, that iron condor spread, I sold it for credit, and it's actually been doing quite well. So as long as we stay in this range right here, we're going to be pretty good. You can see where I drew some fib retracements and stuff like that. I pretty much like to watch this ATR trailing stop, and the reason I'm really watching this one is we're getting that MACD about to cross over again, and I'm watching this ATR trailing stop here, but we also closed below this moving average, and for that reason I'm really watching the low of this candle and the low of this candle. So these are my next two targets if we break down, but I currently think we just kind of keep going in this little range right here. Yeah, so I feel like, well, darn. Just drawing some little quick levels. Really not even that much. I actually like a tighter range, but that's how I feel we will keep moving. Okay? The next one, CBG. This showed up off of one of my scans. Looks like it was I guess the market didn't like its earnings right there, even though they beat on one side, on the EPS, I guess. But as you can see, you broke that level right there. The ATR crossed, which is a signal for me, and we're drifting down. So you can go from basically 26. And the next level of support would be down here at 24, so you might be able to get at least a $1.50 move if the market moves lower. So this is one that I'd be watching in conjunction with the market moving lower. And as you can see what it's done, each time it's touched this, I think that's my 200. Each time, boom, boom, come down a little bit. It bounced up, got a little bit over, but once again, boom, back down. Right here, boom, back down. So it's clearly trending. The next one that I really like long INTC. As you can see, if we had something in there, it gapped down, so it still kind of forms a pole, but you kind of got a little baby flag there. Okay, a little baby bear flag. That would be your pole. Okay. I like this one to just come on down lower. I thought I had an alert set on this one, but the thing I'm watching on this one is the MACD got oversold right here, so I'm waiting for it to bounce up and curl back down. So I'd like to see this one bounce up just a little bit more, maybe come on back up to the 0 line and then start to head on back down again. So that's what I'm watching on that one. Next one is Home Exxon. Looks like it wants to cross the stop. I'm also watching this one in conjunction with crude oil, CL. If it continues to come on down, I think this brings it down with it. You might even, what are we? So we close at 84.78, and the next level of support would be 82.40. So a couple bucks move right there. If that breaks, there's not much holding this thing back. If you look at it from a longer term swing. With that said, I'll just pop up crude right quick. Crude looking like the same way. Whoop, down, bounce up, down, came up, rolled up. So now I'm watching crude. Crude got under that 50 level, which was crucial. Okay, next I'm looking forward to get up under that 48 level. Get under that 48 level, and you might get $2 or $3 within a few days on that one. But the MACD is about to curl back up right here, so we need to watch this to see if she curls back up. But on this longer term MACD, it's already back down. If that MACD crosses under the 0 line here, that's where I may try to initiate a short position. So we'll just keep an eye on crude and watch how it goes. But it is a little volatile due to OPEC and Russia and all those other nations arguing over money. So that's what we got there. Visa, the reason I brought this chart up, a good swing on this one would be to sell an iron condor spread, and I would sell the 85-87 calls and the 80-78 puts right there. They're about a 62-cent credit. Okay, you're getting about almost 30% of the credit spread, so you catch it on the right day. You could make it tighter, but that for me is a safe move. That would be going out to like November, so that's the reason I have Visa on here. Just says, it's been in that long channel for well over a month. Okay, and if you even look at longer term, you got a nice channel for a couple of months. So that's why I like V for that particular move. Dow. UAL is also good with this one as well, especially if crude moves lower. So the airlines like to pop up when crude moves lower. I have an alert set at 42. The reason being, we got earnings out the way. They do have a dividend right here, but if we can get over 42, we might see a few bucks to the upside. So I'm just waiting for a close over 42. Dow. Oh, Mr. Warren Buffett would love to see this one stay down. I think he needs this to stay under 54 or maybe 53.50, somewhere right there. It has something to do with his preferred stock, but who cares? This is another iron condor candidate. See this range right here? You could sell a call spread out of the money and a put spread from here out of the money. Do it for anywhere from 2 weeks to a month out to give yourself some time. Collect half of the premium that you were given, and then get rid of it. So, for example, if you collect $1 premium, once you've made 50 cents out of that dollar, get rid of it. No need to sit there and waste and let it ride. But you determine your risk. The next one, Oracle. Oracle, you could call this like a baby flag and a ledge right here is what I like to call this. So it fell off the ledge, but then it bounced back up and got a small channel. So I'm watching these two levels right here for Oracle to see if Oracle pushes down anymore. Oracle gets under this level right here, which I do need to set an alert. As you can see, ain't nothing for a while. Okay, You could get, you know, $2 or $3 out of this one. But this is a swing trade, so I'd love to see this one bounce a little bit more back on up to towards 39 and then initiate a position. So we'll see. And I have to set my alerts just in case. Bam, there we go. That's Oracle. Netflix. This one has went on up there, but it's consolidating right there. I would love to see Netflix, you know, pull back a bit, but from a long term, I still like this one. I'm just waiting for this to work out that high oversold right there. Would love to see this come on back down to the zero line. So I'm gonna have to watch my indicators with this one, and along with the market. But I'd wait on Netflix and for a longer term hold. Let that sucker have a few of those bad days in there somewhere. Anyway, that's Netflix. Kroger, looking like it wants the next leg up. So here we go again. Looking like a bull flag. Okay, so right there, right there. Okay, so I'm waiting for Kroger to break up out of that. Let me set my alert. I thought I had it set. So we get over that level. I like this one to push higher. You could at least get on up to you should be able to get a couple of bucks out of this one. But you know, no real resistance for at least a couple of bucks. So that's Kroger. Weyerhaeuser. Weyerhaeuser, another iron condor candidate. If it bounces right here, if it doesn't bounce right here, back to the, well, let me back up. This one would be an iron condor candidate for me if you can collect enough premium to make it worth the while, or wait till she bounces, maybe sell a credit spread or something like that against it. This is a longer swing trade. You know, you want to swing this one for a couple of weeks or so, something like that. My thing is, if this gets weak and breaks this level, Weyerhaeuser can make a nice little $2 to $3 move. So that's my analysis on Weyerhaeuser. The other thing is Weyerhaeuser is oversold right here. So this thing could easily bounce. The other thing is we also crossed the ATR trailing stop. So I would like to see this one bounce maybe a buck and then maybe initiate a short position or sell a credit spread against it. So you just have to go in and see if it's worth it actually. Dollar General just looks bad. Many of the retailers look bad. Okay, broke down right here, as you can see. That was support. It broke down here. Now that became resistance. So anything up to about 70, I may try to initiate a position. Right now it's a little bit sideways, so I'd like to see this one break down under 66.50. So and it's right at 68.34, but I'm just gonna go ahead and set my alert since I didn't have it. I'll just leave it right there. But this one's definitely on my watch, okay? Because this one could make a nice little move, but the retailers just aren't looking good. That's DGY, DG, BBY coming up. Best Buy beat those earnings right there. I actually like this one long. Let me see their earnings. They're on the 17th. I'm gonna scratch that one. I don't want to mess with it. Earnings are too close. I think it just kind of stays in the channel until then. There may be some buying, but if they beat earnings, look for Best Buy to really take off. Smith & Wesson. This one right here, I'm looking for it to break down under this moving average. Is basically sitting right there. As you can see, I have an alert set. I'm watching that level right there. If it breaks down on that level, I mean, you've got plenty of room to move lower. And it's under the ATR trailing stop, and it's been holding that for a while. Gap down, rise back up, fill the gap. Gap down, rose back up, filled the gap, and was banging its head on this moving average and the HR trailing stop. So the other thing is it has crossed back under this MACD right here, and the MACD looks like it's about to curl down. So this one could take a ride to lower. So that's SWHC. AZO, AutoZone. This one looks to have held support right here, so I'm gonna watch this one to see if it can bounce back up at least 50%. That's why I have that alert set at 739. This one I just gotta watch. I don't want it to get back up in here, so we will see. I prefer that if it's gonna break down, get under 725 before trying to short it. So if you break the 725, look how much room you got to go. Okay, that could be a really nice swing trade. So that's AZO. Oh, and last but not least, I don't think I went over this. I don't think I went over SPY, but if I didn't, or if I did, well, it's on here again. My levels for SPY would be Friday's close right here of 211.71. The next stop, if we're breaking down, would be the low of this candle right here, which is 211.21. After that, if you break that level, I'm looking for the 127 extension over some fib work. So I'll blow it up so you can see a little bit more. So that's why I have alerts set for this one and for this one. So breakdown can pull a point and a half. So that's my take on SPY. Anyway, try to do this a couple of times a week, guys. It's on the YouTube channel. So good luck, happy trading. If you have any questions, shoot me a message on Twitter at MoneyFlip with 2 P's.